Heads of state, religious leaders, movie stars, and the every man and woman, it seems everyone who has ever met Muhammad Ali, and even those who haven't, have stories to share about the impact he's had on their lives, and Neil just told you one. With the passage of time, Ali has ascended to an almost universally loved legend. But it's important to take a moment to remember how controversial a figure Ali once was, standing up for his views on race and faith at a time when athletes, especially black athletes, were expected to keep conflict confined to the playing fields and the rings of their own sports. That was brave. It was brave then, and his bravery has continued to this day in ways that I'll mention. Shortly after achieving his first heavyweight title in 1964, Muhammad Ali joined the Nation of Islam and changed his name to the one we call him by today. That was an action that was widely derided in the media, in my business at the time. Ali spoke up for black pride and spoke out against racial injustice. The fight that he was fighting in that realm then is every bit as important and every bit as urgent, if not more so, than it was all those years ago. And it's worth remembering that when we honor him today. 2 years later, he was drafted for the Vietnam War, and he filed for conscientious objector status because of his religious beliefs. It was a claim that the U.S. government in 1967, in the middle of the war, denied. When Ali refused induction into the Army, he was convicted of draft evasion, handed a 5-year prison sentence, stripped of his heavyweight title, and banned from boxing. Arguably, I would say certainly, the greatest boxer of all time, taken from the stage. 4 years of legal battles followed. He made appearances at rallies across the country, and his influence was as a proponent of the freedom of speech and religion grew. He became a symbol of dissent and dissension against an increasingly unpopular war. The Supreme Court reversed Ali's conviction in 1971, but he continued to shake up the world, returning to boxing and claiming a second and then a third unprecedented World Heavyweight Championship title. He also continued his personal spiritual journey and found his voice as a humanitarian, spreading messages of peace and respect, raising awareness of the needs of the developing world. The once outspoken Louisville Lip has quietly spent decades on altruistic efforts, including providing more than 22 million meals to the world's hungry, carrying out diplomatic efforts on behalf of human rights, delivering medical supplies to Cuba, and helping secure the release of 15 U.S. hostages from Iraq during the first Gulf War. His battles against racial and religious injustice and pleas for peace and tolerance are the flames, the living flames of Muhammad Ali's influence, flames that have ignited action and led to transformation. I would add one other thing. Muhammad Ali has been a champion for those suffering from Parkinson's disease. He and his family and friends have contributed mightily to a very important effort in that regard, and is just yet another sign of his humanity and concern for people in need throughout the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me with smiles in welcoming to the stage Muhammad Ali and his wife, Lonnie. Ali, 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 Ali. Well, Muhammad, as your brother kept saying down there, we love you, champ. We love you. We love you. To present the award, joining us back on the stage now are Doctors Ramsey and Jenkins, along with Grawemeyer Awards Executive Director Charles Leonard.
Several of the speakers have spoken about the champ. And one of the individuals in the video said, Muhammad Ali will always be the champ. I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky, and I'm proud to have grown up in Louisville. And heard in those days there was not only not cable or internet, we only had 3 TV channels. And one every Saturday afternoon showed boxing matches of amateurs from this community. And if Cassius Clay was boxing, everybody watched. But you know what the name of that program was? Tomorrow's Champions. Although Muhammad Ali and Charles Grawemeyer traveled different paths, their destinations were the same. A world where every individual's worth is cause for celebration. A world in which inspiration plus action can lead to transformation. A world where each of us can affect positive change by discovering our own greatness. Mr. Ali, on behalf of the University of Louisville, the Grawemeyer Awards Committee, the Louisville Committee, it is now my great privilege to thank you for your lifetime of inspiring others and my distinct pleasure to recognize you as our first Grawemeyer Spirit Award recipient. To mark this very special occasion, we've commissioned a very special sculpture created by one of our faculty at the University of Louisville, one of our faculty that we're very proud of, recruited a number of years ago to come and join us, and that is Shay Rhodes. So Dr. Jenkins, Dr. Leonard, will you please unveil the sculpture that will be presented to Muhammad Ali? And now, champ, every Grawemeyer Award winner for 30 years has received the Grawemeyer Medal. It is a great honor for me to present to you the Grawemeyer Medal.
Good afternoon, or is it still morning? I guess it's still morning. Wow, it's really nice to be home. It really is. I'd like to thank the Grawemeyer family, Dr. Charles Leonard and the Grawemeyer Awards Committee, President Ramsey, Reverend Dr. Michael Jenkins, Mr. Feynman for traveling all the way from Washington, D.C. to join us, and all of you for coming out to share in this moment with Muhammad. When we first learned about this award, we were overwhelmed. Muhammad couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. To be given the first Grawemeyer Spirit Award was something of a huge honor. But it made me reflect about Mr. Grawemeyer and what he intended and what he was about and about Muhammad, these two Louisvillians from very humble beginnings from here in Louisville, who believed that, like Mr. Grawemeyer, a simple human being can personally achieve great things, and two fine examples of that. You know, it's interesting because they both took their first steps toward their career path. You know what? You guys sit down. I know some of you all have on heels, and I know what that's like. And some of us are older, and I know what that's like. Thank you. But they both took their first steps toward their career paths at the age of 12. I found that remarkable. Mr. Grawemeyer, if I may call him Charlie, when he realized he could make money by selling eggs with a few chickens. And Muhammad, who realized that he could become something better, something greater, through boxing. They both discovered that at the age of 12. And both had their eyes set on something larger than the boxing ring and a basket of eggs. But both of them worked very hard to achieve success in their chosen fields. And they both discovered they were natural leaders. They were risk takers with street smarts. But more importantly, they were idealists and dreamers and men of vision. Charlie believed that you could change the world with one idea at a time. Muhammad believes that you can change the world one person at a time, starting with him, of course. Charlie and Muhammad both thought beyond the borders of their hometown. They dreamed big and thought globally. Charlie believed that creative ideas could transcend borders and preconceptions to make this world a better place for all people everywhere. Muhammad believes that kindness, respect, and love can overcome the borders, the boundaries, and the walls, both mental and physical, that separate us. He's traveled the globe, visited numerous countries, but he never visited a city, a town, a village, or a country where he didn't feel at home. The people he met and that he continues to meet are his brothers, his sisters, and his neighbors. And like Charles Grawemeyer, their legacies are dynamic. For many, many years to come, Charles Grawemeyer and Muhammad will be affecting the lives of many and creating a better world for our future, one person at a time. As you may know or probably heard, this prestigious award comes with a $100,000 stipend. And because Charles Grawemeyer believed philanthropy could help change the lives of individuals who in turn would change the lives of other individuals, and so on and so on. In keeping with that spirit, that's why the Grawemeyer Awards were established and why we have the honor of being here today with you. Muhammad has decided to use this stipend to inspire others to achieve greatness in their own right. So he is giving $50,000 of the award to Generation Ali at the Ali Center. Generation Ali represents a series of initiatives that empower young people to find their voice and become leaders in social justice issues. Generation Ali members seek not only to improve themselves, but also communities, their own and others, by finding purpose in service to others. The second $50,000 has been dedicated to a scholarship at the University of Louisville, which will be called the Muhammad Ali Leadership Scholarship, that encourages leadership on and off the field. And the establishment of this scholarship really brings pleasure for both of us, because it allows Muhammad's legacy to live on at the university, and it supports the three things Muhammad loves: children, education, and sport. I want to thank you once again for coming out this afternoon or this morning to share in this honor with Muhammad. But I also want to tell you or ask you to take all the energy and love that you feel for this man up here, and I want you to cork it. And then I want you to let it loose on the U of L field tonight at 7:30. All right?